Dependencies in projects refer to the relationships between tasks or activities where one task's progress or completion depends on another. Properly managing dependencies is critical to project success, as unaddressed dependencies can lead to delays, resource conflicts, or missed milestones. This article explores the types of dependencies, their impact on projects, and strategies for effectively managing them. Types of dependencies in projects. Logical dependencies, mandatory. 1. Defined by the nature of work, where one task cannot begin until another is completed. 2. Example. Testing cannot start until development is complete. Resource-based dependencies. 1. Occur when tasks share limited resources, such as personnel or equipment. 2. Example. A single designer working on multiple tasks sequentially. Preferential dependencies, discretionary. 1. Based on best practices or organizational preferences. 2. Example. Performing quality reviews before initiating user acceptance testing. External dependencies. 1. Involves reliance on external parties, such as suppliers or regulatory bodies. 2. Example. Waiting for government approval to launch a project phase. Impact of dependencies on project management. 1. Delays in task completion. If a dependent task is delayed, the entire project timeline may be affected. 2. Increased risk. Unmanaged dependencies can lead to bottlenecks or resource shortages. 3. Resource conflicts. Tasks dependent on the same resources can create scheduling conflicts. 4. Stakeholder misalignment. Dependency issues can cause confusion and impact stakeholder confidence. Strategies for managing dependencies. Identify dependencies early. 1. Conduct a thorough analysis during project planning to identify all dependencies. 2. Use tools like a work breakdown structure, WBS, or dependency mapping. Prioritize dependencies. 1. Categorize dependencies by their importance and potential impact on the project timeline. 2. Focus on critical path dependencies to ensure timely project delivery. Leverage project management tools. 1. Use tools like Microsoft Project, Jira, or Smartsheet to visualize and track dependencies. 2. Implement Gantt charts or dependency diagrams to monitor relationships between tasks. Develop a contingency plan. 1. Prepare backup plans for critical dependencies, especially external ones. 2. Include buffer times in the schedule to accommodate potential delays. Enhance communication. 1. Regularly communicate dependencies to all stakeholders and team members. 2. Use status reports and meetings to keep everyone informed about potential impacts. Monitor and adjust continuously. 1. Track dependencies throughout the project lifecycle and adjust plans as needed. 2. Use key performance indicators, KPIs, to measure dependency-related risks. Coordinate resource allocation. 1. Ensure resources are available when needed for dependent tasks. 2. Use resource leveling techniques to prevent conflicts. Engage with external stakeholders. 1. Build strong relationships with external parties to minimize delays. 2. Set clear expectations and agreements regarding deliverables and timelines. Practical example. Dependency management in a construction project scenario. Building a new office requires managing dependencies across multiple contractors and phases. Identifying dependencies. 1. The foundation must be completed before the walls are constructed. 2. Plumbing installation depends on the completion of structural work. Planning with tools. 1. A Gantt chart is created to visualize dependencies and align timelines. Buffer time. 1. A 2-week buffer is added to account for possible weather-related delays during excavation. Resource coordination. A single crane is allocated with a staggered schedule to avoid conflicts between contractors. Monitoring. Weekly progress meetings ensure that delays in one phase are communicated and mitigated promptly. Challenges in dependency management. Unforeseen delays. Unexpected issues like equipment failure or external approval delays can disrupt schedules. Complex interdependencies. Large projects with multiple dependencies can be challenging to track and manage. Resource shortages. Limited availability of skilled personnel or critical materials can create bottlenecks. Poor communication. Lack of clarity about dependencies can lead to missed deadlines and misaligned efforts. Conclusion: effectively managing dependencies is essential for ensuring smooth project execution. By identifying, prioritizing, and tracking dependencies, project managers can minimize risks and ensure timely delivery of project outcomes. Dependency management is not a one-time activity, but an ongoing process that requires continuous monitoring, communication, and adjustment to keep projects on track.